One more praise. How about Simeon? Shout out to Pastor GMS. I'm now Allah coming at you in the video. And in this video, we're still going into Simeon and Levi. I know this is a long lesson, but this is what you gotta do when you want to go in depth. Now, there's a lot of information I can get into this, but you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do the lesson. But when I'm done with the whole lesson, I'm gonna do another video on it. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show videos of various ceremonies as I'm reading the scripture and other things, and I'm gonna pause it. Like I'm gonna do like a PowerPoint presentation, so brothers could get a very good understanding of it. Because this is something that brothers gotta actually see to get a very full understanding. But I'm gonna just do what I can. So this is Genesis 49:5. Simeon and Levi, brethren, instruments of cruelty are in their habitations. O my soul, come not into their secret. We broke that down. So far we broke everything down. Unto their assembly, mine honor, be not thou united. So we're not supposed to be united in their assembly. Now let's go to that word assembly. Okay. Assembly, company, congregation, convocation, assembly for evil counsel, war or invasion, religious purposes. Oh, see that? Company of returning exiles, congregation, and organized body. And the word there is quahal. Quahal. That's a quah, and that's a la. Quahal. So it means company, congregation, convocation, or religious purposes. So don't go into the assembly. Don't be united. Now, what's that assembly going into? That assembly is going to their voodoo ceremonies, but is known as the dons. Now, this is the PDF file by someone named Camille Chambers from the University of Florida. The role of dance in Haitian voodoo, which voodoo can be spelled voodoo, VOODOO, or VOUDOUN, or something along those lines. I may be spelling that one wrong, but it can also have a U in it as well. Dancing along with singing and drumming is a fundamental part of Haitian voodoo ritual ceremonies. Just as how the songs and the drums. In fact, hold on 1 second. Let me go here. Haitian voodoo Wikipedia. Let's see if I can find it. Give me 1 second. Hold on. There you go. Dons. The Dans or the Dons. Voodoo's VODOU. Voodoo's nocturnal gatherings are often referred to as the dons, or dance, reflecting the prominent role that dancing has in such ceremonies. So the nocturnal gatherings or the assemblies is called the dons, the dance. Their purpose is to invite a loa to enter the ritual space and possess one of the worshippers, through whom they can communicate with the congregation. The success of this procedure is predicated on mastering the different ritual actions and on getting the aesthetic right to please the Lord. The proceedings can last for the entirety of the night. The dancing takes place counterclockwise around the Pt.10. The Pt.10 is an essential structural feature of the hound four in Haitian voodoo, which the hound four is the like the temple, if you will, occupying the central position in the peristyle. The Pt.10 takes the form of a decorated wooden post. Let me go back. The Pt.10, also spelled Pt.10, says it's Haitian Creole for central pole, from the French post, patel meaning post, and mitan, archaism for half, is an essential structural feature for the hound four, a temple in Haitian voodoo, occupying the central position in the peristyle, sacred place at the center of the hound four or oval. In other words, the peristyle is the central place of the temple. The Pt.10 occupies the central position in the peristyle, meaning it occupies this the sacred, so-called sacred space that's in the center of the houndful, meaning the temple. The Pt.10 takes the form of a decorated wooden post, occasionally a living tree, by means of which it is believed that Lord descend to earth to inhabit for a time the bodies of the faithful through spirit possession. So you have the Pt.10, which is the central post, and it occupies the central position of the peristyle, which is supposed to be the sacred place of the houndful, meaning the temple. Reason being is because they believe that the Lord descends from earth to inhabit it. Okay. Go back. For a time to inhabit it for a time the bodies of the faithful through spirit possession. The structure consists usually of the whole trunk of a palm tree being fixed to the ground by a masonry pedestal, commonly known as a circle, and attached at the top to the roof of the temple. A Pt.10 is often painted with designs in bright colors, featuring usually the motif of two intertwined serpents, symbolizing the primordial male and female divine couple Damballa and Aida Wido, who, according to the cosmogony of the Haitian religion, support the sky, preventing it from crumbling and falling to the earth. So the Pt.10 is supposed to represent, it comes out of the ground and is supposed to be attached to the top of the roof of the temple. And it's because it's supposed to like be supporting the sky. It comes out the ground and it's attached to the roof, symbolically representing holding up the sky, preventing it from crumbling and falling to the earth, with two intertwined serpents that's supposed to represent the so-called male and female divine couple of Damballa and Aida Wido. The gatekeeper, taken its entirety, however, the ritual post represents the deity Papa Legba, the gatekeeper or messenger of the Lord, without whose intercession communication with the realm of the divine would not be possible. So the ritual post also represents Papa Legba, who is said to be the gatekeeper or the messenger of the Lord, who without him, intercession, communication with the realm of the divine would not be possible. In other words, without him, you can't communicate with them. And remember, say he was the gatekeeper. That's associated with Saint Peter. Remember, Saint Peter was said to have Yahweh Shai told Peter what? Because if you look right here, it's what I have highlighted right here, a small little portion highlighted. It says it says he usually appears as an old man on a crutch or with a cane, wearing a broad-brimmed straw hat and smoking a pipe, or drinking dark rum. The dog is sacred to him. Legba is synchronized with St. Peter, St. Lazarus, and St. Anthony. His vive incorporates a walking cane on the right side. Offerings to him typically include candy. So you see right there, it says he's associated with St. Peter. Why? If he's the gatekeeper, why? This is Yahweh Shai speaking to Peter. Matthew 16:18. And I say also unto thee, thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. And I will give unto thee the keys of the kingdom of heaven. And whosoever thou shalt bind on earth shall be bound in heaven. Whatsoever thou shalt bind on earth shall be bound in heaven. And whatsoever thou shalt loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. So Yahweh Shai told Peter he had given him the keys of the kingdom of heaven. In other words, like a keys to a gate. So Papa Legba is associated with Peter, who's in Papa Legba said to be what? A gatekeeper. See that? What you see right here is an image of the Pt.10, and as you can see, it comes out of the ground. It's attached to the roof of the peristyle, which is the center of the houndful, which is the temple. See, the peristyle is supposed to be like the sacred part of the temple. So here's the peristyle. Here's the Pt.10. It comes out of the ground, out of the floor. It's attached to the ceiling, which is supposed to represent what? Holding up the earth. The sky, to prevent it from crumbling to the earth. And I believe this thing right here that you see in the middle, a little thin white thing you see will have to represent I would assume it would have to be the two serpents intertwined to represent Papa Legba and Aido Wido, the so-called masculine and feminine divine couple. And it's in the peristyle, it's in the peristyle or the peristyle, which is supposed to be in the center of the peristyle, which is supposed to be the sacred place of the Hound Four, meaning the temple. So you're getting an idea of what the assembly looked like, right? So as a matter of fact, with that I'm gonna close and I'm gonna do another video going into another part of it. So we have the Hound Four, which is the temple, the peristyle, which is supposed to be the sacred part of the temple, and the center of the peristyle, which is the sacred part of the peristyle, which is the sacred part of the temple, and the Pt.10, which is placed in the central part of that, which is attached to which comes out of the floor and it attached to the ceiling to represent what is supposed to represent the sky being held up, preventing it from crumbling to the earth, with two intertwined serpents on it that's supposed to represent Papa Legba and Aido Wido, who are said to be the divine masculine and feminine couple. So we have an idea of what the assembly is like. We got an idea of what it's like. But there's other things that happen there too that we got to get into. So with that, I'm going to close and see you on the next part. Shalom.